Working in a creative field makes it difficult to regulate my workflow. I currently work as a product photographer and I'm trying to start up this YouTube channel. I never know how long it might take to make a video or to come up with a good photo idea, but to start a creative business, a balance of structure for productivity and spontaneity for creativity is crucial. So in this video, I want to share with you how I analyzed my workflow and looked for a way to increase productivity along with the quality of my work as a creative. I started off with a simple diagram of my workflow. Administrative work for things like emails, finances, logging hours, the business side of things. As for the creative process, brainstorming ideas for different photos and videos, planning, which includes writing scripts, shot lists for videos, along with sourcing props and lighting equipment for the photos, filming and shooting process, and then editing. I created a table in Notion where I could track my hours. I kept this fairly simple as I found getting too detailed would take up too much of my time. I accurately recorded my time for 1 month and ended up with a chart of data that I could use to analyze. Before analyzing this data, I had a pretty good idea of what percentage of my time I spent on each phase. I also had a pretty good idea of where I was lacking, and the data reaffirmed it for me. The majority of my time was split between editing and filming, and I spent more hours on my administrative work than brainstorming and planning. These two I would argue are more important for my creative work than the actual editing and filming, so it's telling that I'm prioritizing the efficiency of my work at the expense of the creativity. I knew I had to reallocate my time to this creative process, which means I would have to be more productive in my other phases. To streamline my workflow, I dug a little deeper into the details of each segment of my work. Here, I got to look at a holistic approach into my work process and was able to pinpoint things that I felt were redundant or needed more work. I realized that I spent a lot of my time color grading my videos, but I had yet to create my own personal preset. This was a simple task that could be done to reduce the amount of color grading time. I spent more time on emails than I would have liked, so I created templates for typical responses. These are just a few things that I can do to be a bit more productive. With most of the software issues streamlined, I looked towards my physical space for any inefficiencies. The most obvious one was my workspace. Organization for me is important and enhances my creative output. Comfort is often overlooked as well. Is noise impeding on my creative thinking, or is the glare on my screen preventing me from working at different times of the day? These are little things, but they make a difference. While comfort and organization are important, I believe a change in environment is even more important. I like to get outside, eliminate any electronics and devices, and brainstorm ideas with a physical pen and paper. Here's how my hours balance out after implementing these changes. I found that spending more time on the early phases had a snowball effect to the latter phases, making the editing and filming process more efficient. I also realized that certain things like color grade presets didn't save as much time as I initially thought, and in fact took away from the creative part of the color grading for me. While I'm not really working any less, I feel the quality of work and efficiency of my entire workflow has significantly improved. More time spent on the creative process and less time spent on the administrative and repetitive work. I'd love to hear how you guys implement this process into your own creative work and hear about what discoveries you've made to improve your workflow. Thanks for watching.